How do we? All right.
Hello. What are you up to?
Looking for the elastic band.
What, because I've come home?
Yeah, the return to sender.
I do come home occasionally.
Yeah, once in a blue moon. So, where are we? Well, if you haven't guessed already, that's the Cape of Good Hope. No, we're not in South Africa, but we are at the Officers and Buildings Shop and Beer Selling Licence of the Napton and Warwick Corporation of Canal boats.
Really?
Did you know that?
No, but I do now. That was a mouthful to remember, wasn't it?
It was, I got it slightly wrong, but we're working there. So,
which has been here since 1800.
How did you know that one?
Because you told me, and it's on that sign.
Oh, you tried to make me look good. I mean, you spoiled me looking good. Anyway, so you've gathered from seeing that, if you know your canals, that we've come down I've come down, and that's the intro for this week. Napton and Lapworth locks. From Hockley Heath, which was last week, we've pushed it 2 mega days, and then, I went to retrieve this one from Bournemouth. So we've spent a week here, haven't we?
Yeah, and I'm actually going to have a day boating, which is a real treat at the moment.
Yeah, so that's another video. But the pub does perfectly brilliant food, doesn't it?
It does.
We did actually have a good night out.
We did, and a quiz night on a Thursday night, which is well worth attending if you're here on a Thursday night.
Interactive one with the TV.
You do only
20
get,
seconds to answer you.
You do only get 20 seconds to answer the question, which is a bit of a challenge. It takes my brain that long to process the question, but
it takes me 3
right,
days, but hey, yeah.
We came 6th out of 13, so we were pleased with that.
We've done very well. So, anyway, enough of the intro. We'll give you the Lapworth and Hatton flight, and we'll see you on the other side. See you at the end. Good morning. It's a cold morning, but a beautiful morning. The sun is out, it's dry, so I'm going to make the most of it. It's just after 8 o'clock. I'm just waiting for the kettle to boil, and then I can set on my way. Today, 19 locks. The Lapworth flight. So, bit of a busy day. We've got a lift bridge to do. That's going to be fun, because the towpath is on this side and the lift mechanism is on that side. So, yeah, time for me to get wet. I think I could end up with me 2 feet on the bottom of the canal. Come and join us on the travels for the day. Let's see what we get up to. So far, so good. Haven't fell off. Yeah, done without falling off. But guess what? We've got 19 locks to do now. So here's another one of them drawbridges. I think we might have something around the propeller. What I'll do is I'll pull a... Oh no, I can't. I'm going to have to go and put the front end of the boat on there and do the same as what I've just done. Oh, that was a bit of hard work. But we've been there, done it, bought the t-shirt. That one was harder than the first one. I'm knackered now. I knew there was a reason why I needed to get fit this year. So, now on to the 19 locks. Hopefully they're all downhill, but Stratford Canal is a beautiful one to come down. The book turns around and says that it's actually along this stretch to the junction where I'm going from Birmingham is more beautiful than doing the Grand Union top half from the junction up to the bottom of Farmers Locks. I'll have to do that one day and see how we get on. So, just opened the pound to raise the lock, and there's the first of 19 for today. Given the CRT bloke a couple of minutes to turn around and just clear the rubbish out from behind the gate so we don't drag it all the way down. But keeps him busy. keeps us busy, have a great chat, have a catch up about what's going on in the local area and see what problems there's been. He hasn't had many though, and he loves this time of year. Proof in the pudding, top lock number 2, the first one being the guillotine. There's the boat in the lock, and here we go, it starts from now. So coming out the first one, well, I might be in luck. I thought I was going to have to fill all the locks, but it looks as though, because I've just been able to get to that one and it was full, the one before was full, the first one we had to fill, but it's the luck of the draw. Hopefully they'll be like that all the way down, I hope so. So we've got to lock number 6, and this is where they start to come thick and fast now. So what I might be able to do is keep an eye ahead of me, once this is emptied, open the lock gate, then go and open the other one, pull straight in to make it easier, then come back and shut this lock gate. Wouldn't normally do it, but there's nobody about, and well, it'll speed up some of the process really. The wind's got up, so, and some grey clouds are arriving, so I might get wet this afternoon or today. That CRT bloke did turn around and say that it was going to be about 5.5 hours because it was soloing, so let's see how we get on. Lock 6 of 19, still a long way to go. Enjoy. Bridge number 32 and lock number 7 is probably one of the picturesque ones of the flight, with having the house right at the side, the old tollkeeper's house. I don't know whether you can see that, but they do come thick and fast now. So here we go. So we got to lock 10, we're halfway down. I've just been and opened the paddles on lock 11 just to fill it before I start emptying lock 10, 14 just at the bottom down by the bridge at the bottom, and then we've got the last 4 just round the corner, and then we join the Grand Union on the Lapworth link or the Stratford link, depending on how you know it. So we're working our way there slowly down into lock 14, down this set of flight of stairs. I don't think I'm going to get away with don't get one wet, but let's pray we do. It started to drizzle, so we'll see how we get on, but the majority done, 5 left to go. Tell some gates are getting ready to be repaired. Wear and tear, it happens. 2 left to do, 1 on here, and then there's a little link one which drops us down to the Grand Union height, and then we're done for the day. You just got to find this pub then to go and moor up at, or the moorings, and then walk back up for the van. So there we go, almost the bottom of the Lapworth flight. One day we'll get down that Stratford way, but for the meantime back onto the Grand Union as we came up last year to go into Birmingham. Right, gonna go and moor up, fill up the lock, close the gates, and then we'll be done. So that's it, no more locks today for me. That's 19 locks in a flight called Lapworth. It's been pleasurable. The weather can't quite decide what it's going to do. Put my waterproof on and the sun's come out. Says it all really. Kingswood Junction takes it up to the Grand Union. We're going to turn right and go towards Warwick. although there's not likely to be anybody moving, we'll still blow the old horn, because obviously don't want to have a crash. Okay, so we're turning right going off towards Warwick that way. We've got Hatton flight tomorrow, and that takes you up to Birmingham. We could have come that way if there wasn't some closures. Morning, and a cold one it is too. I opened the hatch just to see a kingfisher go by. I'm sorry I didn't have permanent camera going 24 hours off my boat, otherwise you would have seen it. One to do if you're ever around Tom of the Wood pub. Rowlington, I think they pronounce it. Rowington. Anyway, it's a cold, chilly one this morning. Everything's still semi-frozen. After yesterday's busy day, 19 locks, we've got another 21 today. Going from, like I say, Tom of the Wood pub, Bridge 63, all the way down to the Cape of Good Hope. And that isn't down on the bottom of South Africa. Out in the middle of Warwick, or on the outskirts of Warwick. So, got to crack on. Let's get it turned on and warmed up. Trying to be slightly conscientious. 8 o'clock start cruise. It's by the time we've set up, it will be that. Only because it's just a little bit fair on other drivers, other boats. Well, if it's just come out, I've just caught a kingfisher on video. So there you go, Bridge 55, the last bridge. We've done the winding hole. There's no going back now. They reckon 6 hours to get down here. I hope not. Bit of a long time, because I've got to get back to get the van as well. At the top of Hatton Flight. At the top of the 21, or at the top lock, there is the cafe, and it is open all year round. And if I'm lucky, I'm going to be dead cheeky and just pop in, take a video of what there is, and then look around. Hi, you're right. There you go, quick one. Cream teas are about £3.50, and well, we've got a leaky lock gate to start with, so let's crack on and see how we get on. So it's 20 to 10, we've got 21 locks to do. We're in the first one. I think it's going to be a long day. They do say 6 hours, but I'm soloing, so it might take a little bit longer. It's been hard work already, and I'm only in the first lock. I've been down and opened up the second one, so yeah, I'll try and let you know what time it finishes. It's one way of turning around and getting rid of, or what to do with your old boats when they're past service, isn't it? Store them. A piling boat. So, we're into lock number 2. I've just opened lock number 3. So we're going into lock number 3. I'm not leaving the gate open, but I might be lucky. There's a couple of volunteers, so they might help me down, which means, because there's a boat coming up as well, so it might mean that I don't have to get on and off and keep opening the lock gates and that, but it's all part and parcel. So this is why the lock keepers are on today. Coming up with 3 boats. How do you? You're alright. No, you're alright. It might as well make the most for the angle, mightn't he? Saving fighting. So I've made the most of having 2 locks. I've been informed there's another one coming up a little bit lower down. So some of the locks are going to be in my favour. The lock keepers aren't normally on, but it's only because the one that's coming up is an inexperienced older gentleman who requires some assistance. So they've put them on to get through. Let's see how many we can get, but it means the locks will be in my favour now. So Hatton Flight, Carpenter's Workshop, or what used to be the Carpenter's Workshop. We have up in the top right hand corner with the sign just on the end by the cars. You've got the old Hatton Arms, an old 18th century hostelry pub. You got the butterfly pond, and just about make out the butterfly model. Hatton Locks car park, and then the nice big start down the big set of flight. So there you go, we're halfway. Well, once I'm in that lock, I'm halfway. It's only taken us 2 hours, but that is the top 10, and I'm knackered. But here we go, we keep going. We've got a date in Coventry. See you in a bit. So, as I said, Hatton Middle Lock, we're here. That's what we've come down. And, well, when I get to the next lock, which is just the other side of the bridge, you'll see where I'm going down the rest of it. Low pounds. One of the CRT workers, when I was saying, low pounds, he went, we think somebody left the lock gates open, the paddles. So I haven't passed a single person yet. So it must have been potentially the two people that we passed right at the top. And as the workie turned around and said, £3 worth of water. So it says something, doesn't it? So we keep going onwards and downwards. We just have to try and hope that there isn't that much, too much taken out, and not too many leaky gates as I go down with that one coming up. Some of the things that you can see while being out and about, and I saw half a fish this morning, but this, fish scales, could be mink, could be otter, likely to be mink more than anything, because just going from experiences and what people have told me. How true that is, don't hold me to it. We're at lock number 30. I'm just starting to lose the will to live, but we're almost there. Only got to go to 26. 4 more after this one. We're winning. Tell spring's coming. The trees have got the blossom on. Still in open countryside almost. And like, this is the single boater that apparently took ill. Well, I hope everything's okay with you, and like you'll get well soon and continue your journey up the Hatton flight. We're expecting to pass them a little bit earlier on. The local neighbours are keeping an eye on the boat for them, so let's see how we do. 4 to go. We're counting them down. I never thought I'd be able to say that I can see it. We're here, the bottom of, well, I say bottom, we're in 27, one but last, or last but one. We're just doing the lock, and I thought it was never going to be here. Oh, about, what, 15-20 minutes and we'll be out, and then we've got the last little bit. We've done approximately 5 minutes short of 5 hours since entering at the cafe, and we've travelled, because I've had the watch go in permanently, just over 6 miles. So I've done 10k. That's walking back and forth between locks and travelling down through the locks on the boat. Once I've done that lock, I've got to turn around and go and get the van. Oh, hey. So this is the toll house at the bottom of the lock, the old Hatton bottom lock toll house. It's apparently, if I can get it, only 2.2 miles to the top of the lock, to the top lock. I've walked the equivalent and boated the equivalent together 6.1 mile. Something wrong there, isn't there? There's parking down here, and that's the expressway. Yeah, I've arrived, I've achieved, I've done. Now, what do I do? Do I continue on to Cape, or do I turn round and moor by that boat and walk back up for the van? Because I've got to go out to Coventry with some cleaning products tonight, and I don't fancy cycling the 6 miles, so I think I might be doing that tonight. So after I came through Lock 35 earlier on, we had a work boat that came through, and they've actually, unfortunately, left the pound open, so it's actually drained because of the leaky gates. So we're gonna have to phone CRT. I'm walking back up to get the van, so I'll phone CRT to get them to backfill it, just in case anybody needs to come through tomorrow. But welcome to the world of low levels. So there you go, 2 busy days down the Lapworth and Hatton flight and across through the link too, wasn't it? It's one that Tash did last year.
Yeah, we did it in July last year.
About
we went
then.
up last year.
Yeah, so I've done it the opposite way. Time to move on, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
But
Put any comments below, we'll get back to you when we can.
there you go. I remember something sometime. I best push the button, ring the bell. It's free to you, Tash, everybody here at the Cape of Good Hope and the quiz night, and the gentleman filling with water behind us that's just arrived. So, is that it?
Yeah, we'll see either one or both of us. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Take care, enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, share it with your friends.